Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sissygram Tales. If you like my voice, then hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for daily story updates. Now, let's start the story. Alex found himself in an eerie and unfamiliar place, an unsettling room filled with cold, metal tables. Each one bore a body, covered with crisp white sheets. The atmosphere was grim and heavy, and in one corner, a shadowy figure lurked unnoticed by the living, who were preoccupied with their grim work. As Alex looked on in disbelief, he realized that one of the tables held his own lifeless body. It lay still, and yet Alex's presence lingered, disconnected from the physical form that no longer functioned. He had been there for what felt like an eternity. Hours or days, it was hard to tell. Time had become irrelevant since the accident. At first, Alex assumed he was dreaming, floating above the wreckage, a chaotic scene of crushed metal and shattered glass. But when the paramedics zipped him into a body bag, the crushing reality sank in. He was dead, or at least his body was. Strangely though, he was still aware, conscious, and felt no harm. Trying to make contact with the living, Alex shouted, waved his arms, and reached for the paramedics, but nothing worked. His hands passed through them, and his voice was lost in the air. As the doctors approached his body, Alex watched with growing unease. They began to reveal his lifeless face, treating him like a cold specimen. A middle-aged woman, with frizzy gray hair, consulted her clipboard. She noted that he had been a victim in the multi-car crash on I-95. Her younger colleague, a man with kind eyes, nodded before preparing a scalpel. Alex instinctively recoiled when the blade made contact with his chest, but felt no physical sensation. He could only watch in horror as they began to dissect what had once been his form. Disoriented, he muttered, "This is insane," and tried to float through the wall, escaping the grim scene. Drifting aimlessly, Alex found himself in a busy hospital corridor. Nurses bustled by, gurneys in tow, while a group of interns listened intently to a senior doctor. He wondered, mesmerized by his newfound ability to phase through solid objects. He peeked into rooms, witnessing contrasting moments of life and death. In one room, a woman cradled her newborn, tears of joy streaming down her face. In another, an elderly man breathed his last, surrounded by family. The weight of these moments overwhelmed Alex. He had never given much thought to what happened after death, too preoccupied with his own life, a routine job in accounting, struggling to repair his fractured marriage, and trying to keep up with his rapidly growing children. Now, with his own mortality staring him in the face, regret flooded him for the moments he had taken for granted. While passing through the pediatric ward, a commotion caught his attention. A team of doctors and nurses surrounded a young patient, fighting to save him. The boy couldn't have been more than 20, frail, and hooked up to a ventilator. As Alex hovered closer, a strange pull toward the boy's survival surged within him. Despite the team's frantic attempts, the heart monitor flatlined with an eerie beep. The doctor solemnly declared the boy dead and began disconnecting the life support machines. Then something extraordinary happened. A faint, shimmering outline emerged from the boy's body, floating hesitantly in the air. Without thinking, Alex reached out, and as soon as his essence made contact with the boy's, he felt an inexplicable tug, a force pulling him toward the vacant form. He hesitated, but allowed himself to be drawn in. A rush of sensations overwhelmed him: the scratchy hospital sheets, the ache in his chest, the dryness in his throat. He blinked open his eyes to the harsh, sterile lights. A nurse gasped in shock, stumbling backward, while the doctor called out, "As awake!" The room erupted into chaos as medical staff rushed in, checking his vitals and shouting orders. Alex, now inhabiting the boy's body, attempted to speak, but his throat was raw from the breathing tube. The doctor leaned over him in astonishment. "Can you tell me your name?" she asked. Before Alex could respond, a strange figure appeared in the doorway. The man shimmered, not fully solid, his robes shifting like smoke, and his ageless face held a hint of amusement. None of the medical staff acknowledged the man. The doctor continued her questioning, but the figure interrupted. "His name is John Lopez," the figure said with finality. Alex turned, confused, only to receive a smile from the man. "My name is Maxim," the figure introduced himself. "I am an assistant to Death." "And you, Alex, have caused quite a stir." Alex, still confused, asked Death, "You mean like the Grim Reaper?" Maxim chuckled lightly. "A crude description, but essentially correct. My job is to guide souls to their destination. But you, Alex, seem determined to carve your own path." Alex glanced at John, now sitting up in bed, dazed but alive. "I didn't mean to. I just wasn't ready to die," Alex confessed. "You are," Maxim replied, "but that doesn't change the natural order. You cannot simply hijack another person's life." A wave of fear washed over Alex as he asked, "What happens now?" "Are you here to take me away?" Maxim stroked his chin thoughtfully. "Not exactly. Your untimely demise has disrupted the cosmic order. It will take time to fix. In the meantime, we can't have you floating around causing more trouble." With a casual gesture, Maxim opened a portal in the air. Alex followed reluctantly, feeling a dizzying rush as they sped through the hospital at impossible speeds. The portal led them to the maternity ward, where a young woman named Alina Summers, 30, 8 weeks pregnant, lay sleeping. "This will do nicely," Maxim remarked. With a swift motion, he propelled Alex into Alina's body. Alex felt disoriented as new sensations overwhelmed him: the weight of a pregnant belly, the ache in his lower back, the flutter of movement inside her. As he opened Alina's eyes, he marveled at his new reality. "This is insane," he muttered. Maxim smiled. "Consider it a learning opportunity. I've given you a chance to experience life from a new perspective." Alex struggled to adjust to his new form, bewildered by the unfamiliarity of it. "But I'm a woman, and I am pregnant." "Indeed," Maxim responded. "Alina Summers, 20 years old, about to become a single mother. Her soul is temporarily displaced while you occupy her body." Alex slowly began to understand Alina's life. She was struggling to make ends meet as a waitress, far from the comfortable suburban life Alex had known. One day, Alina's friend Zoe visited, and Alex, still adjusting, felt a deep sympathy for Alina and the life she had been leading. As the days passed, Alex took better care of Alina's body, eating healthier and doing prenatal exercises. He began to appreciate Alina's strength, the deep love she had for her unborn child, and her resilience. One evening, as he sat on the balcony, feeling a connection to Alina's life, he whispered to the baby within, "We've got this, little one." The next day, Alina went into labor. Alex experienced the excruciating pain of childbirth, but Alina's strength helped him push through. After hours of labor, a baby girl was born. Alex felt an overwhelming love for the child, a love so profound it took his breath away. Looking down at the infant, Alex realized why he had been given this second chance, not just to learn empathy, but to ensure that this precious life would be filled with the love it deserved. As Alex cradled the baby, Maxim reappeared, telling him that his task was complete. Alex was offered a choice: return to his old life as Alex, or continue as Alina, raising her daughter. After a moment of deep contemplation, Alex made his decision. "She deserves a chance to be the amazing mother I know she can be," he said. Maxim smiled, sending Alex, now truly Alina, back to the hospital room. Alina's memories of her life, as Alex faded, replaced by a profound sense of purpose. Holding her newborn daughter, Alina whispered, "Sweet dreams, my little miracle." Outside, a shooting star streaked across the night sky, a sign that Maxim had completed his task. This is where the story ends. I spent hours creating these videos for you, So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out these 2 videos showing on the screen. Take care. Bye.